Hi everyone! Today I'll show you a simple way of etching designs onto metal parts. First, clean the surface of the metal. I was using a copper plate from a CPU cooler, so I had to use acetone to remove the dried cooling paste. Depending on your workpiece, you might need to wash it with soap and water, and then degrease it with alcohol or acetone. If you choose so, you may also polish the surface or clean it with diluted acid. Once you have prepared the surface, it is time to apply a layer of acid-resistant material. I used paraffin wax, but nail polish, most kinds of glue, electrical tape, or latex or acrylic paint would also work. Once the acid-resistant layer is set, use something to scratch in your design. I made this DIY engraving pen from a sharpened tungsten welding electrode. Depending on your resist, you can use a nail, a needle, or an empty ballpoint pen. Here you can see I totally intentionally and on purpose messed up the design. I wrote 8 instead of 9, even though I had the reference directly in front of my face. On this stage, this is no problem and can be fixed by reapplying the resist at the spot that needs fixing and redoing the design. If you overlook the mistake, it is going to become rather permanent once you etch it. Once you have finished the design, place your workpiece on an acid-proof surface and, using all the necessary safety equipment, cover the grooves in the resist with a small amount of acid. I used nitric acid and I applied it with a bit of cloth I had tied to a piece of wire. If you do not wish to work with acid, it is also possible to use an electrochemical etching process that can be done with much more benign chemicals. If you are interested, I can do a video on it. Once I was satisfied with the depth of edged grooves, I washed off the solution and removed the resist.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
This was when I finally noticed the mistake. At this stage, I need to redo the entire process if I wish to correct it. Etching can be an interesting and fun hobby that can be done with a wide range of materials. There is not much of an entry barrier, and it is not expensive. It is also perfectly safe if it is done with appropriate safety equipment and a healthy amount of respect for the chemicals used. Comment below if you wish to see more content of this type. Like, subscribe, and if you're new, please check some of my old content.